Let us go. I cannot wait any longer. I am hungry. Dulac!
It was a troll, was it not?
Oh!
I oft confuse them with goblins.
A proper meal has not passed my lips in days.
How sound this? We moved with haste through a labyrinth of narrow tunnels, till at last our path brought us to the heart of the creature's lair. One cannot find in words the joy we felt to behold the child alive. But alas, in the depths of the earth her rescue would be hard fought, for in our way the loathsome troll stood guard of its infant captive.
Food!
Surely there be some morsel here to eat. Did I not spy a turnip about the place?
It is as wizened as a pauper's stick. And you are stalling.
I do no such thing. I write with the tale still fresh in my mind is all.
Dulac, where is the money?
Hmm?
Do not play dumb. We were owed a reward. Where is it?
Oh, I gave it away.
When? We returned the child to its parents and came straight home. The villager. With the broken cart. It was him, wasn't it?
His need was greater than ours?
No, it was not. We have to eat. And keep this room, the payment for which is already late.
It was the honorable thing to do. A word that escapes your very being.
Well, as of tomorrow, your honor will have us starving in a ditch. But as long as Mr. Bloody, whoever he was, has a working cart... You're a foolish man, Dulac.
And you, Fey, are a heartless creature. Forgive me, I meant not...
Hjälp! Hjälp! Kom fort! Åh, Gud! Hjälp mig!
He had best go without and see the cause of such alarm. Fey!
Heartless creatures do not care.
For heaven's sake! There is not time for this. Someone cries out for help. Whomever is in need may well have coin. We cannot refill our purse from in here.
Fine. And no haggling this time. Heroism is not negotiable. This better be worth our while, Dulac. I do not enjoy traipsing around in the cold for nothing.
This does not look to be nothing.
You're lucky. Anything less than a corpse, and I would be heading straight back inside.
I will seek word as to what happened. Du kjente han.
Bror min! Espen. Vi hadde bare brukket brød for noen timer siden.
Jeg lei for deg.
Jeg så han dø. Det var frykt i øynene hans. En frykt jeg aldri vil se igjen.
Sa han noe?
Han snakka om vingedjevelen sjøl. Satan! Han fortalte meg at han har kommet for å besøke døden på oss alle.
Djevelen? Hva mente han med deg?
Bror min var en god mann. Han fortjente ikke å dø slikt. La meg være i fred, så jeg kan be for ham.
The man speaks of winged devils. I fear his mind too clouded with grief.
The dead might be more forthcoming.
A torn letter. Sent by Espen's sweetheart. His purse remains full. The villain cared not for coin. The face is badly marked. Wounds are deep, savage. You look Fey. Mayhap there is something I miss.
His clothes are heavily soiled. No doubt he experienced a great horror. Coarse hairs cover the arms and legs. The scent is familiar. There is an injury to the stomach, most likely the cause of death. But it is not the work of a blade. It smells like horn, as though the man were gored.
There is an evil at work here, is there not?
An evil, yes. The horse.
It would not be the first time cunning took innocent guise?
No. No, the hairs affixed to the dead man's clothes. They belong to the animal. He may have seen something. The deceased. You knew him, didn't you?
He was my master. I carried him since he were a child. His father, too.
Did you see what took his life?
I did not. He left me here and went to the story house.
Story house? I do not know this place.
In the distance, you'll see it standing tall.
The church. Of course.
You cannot go. Their words are not meant for us.
I am different.
You look like dog, but you are not dog. You are strange.
Whatever happened to the man happened at the church. We go, now.
Suddenly you are concerned?
What? I just want this over with.
By the headstone. Another has been claimed. The gut suffers wounds same as before. But look. Bloodied holes where eyes once be.
Rarely are appetites so specific.
Mayhap this the work of a winged devil after all.
Wings, yes. I did not see it before, but it makes sense. The villager must have escaped. Or the minister interrupted feeding before the demon could finish. It lacks eyes, so I've heard.
What unholy monster is this?
In our lodgings, there is a mirror. Bring it here at once.
What need have we of mirrors?
There is not time to explain. Just do as I ask.
Evil is afoot, most like hiding in that very church.
And we will deal with it.
But
To Lac! Go!
do not dare enter until I return.
It is not wise for you to come here at this time. Danger awaits you.
What happened here? Somewhere a child weeps. Debris from the damaged roof. The pews have been tossed like sticks. The other piece of the letter. Espen was to be married. He must have come here to tell of the happy news. Shedded skin. The creature grows. Wreckage on the inside means the demon gained entry from without, bursting in through the roof.
Ow!
Both men were attacked and mortally wounded, during which time more destruction was wrought. The demon must then have shed its skin, in which case it is still here, hiding while it recovers.
I told you to wait.
So you did.
I have done as you bid until now without reason, but no more. What is the meaning of this?
There are tales of how they were birthed. Some say from Cassandra herself. It was a ritual to siphon her power, but it went wrong. Abominations were unleashed. They have had many names. I know them only as seer demons.
How have I never heard of them?
It is believed they were all hunted and killed.
Clearly not. And what of the mirror?
It will be the demon's prison?
Will it now?
You've not used it for... I can't remember the last time.
I would use it never if I had the choice.
Well, the choice is simple. If you don't do this, the demon will kill again.
Is it in here?
Growing in size and strength. My presence has yet to provoke, but there is still the upper floor to search.
The stairs are blocked.
For you, maybe. It is a good thing I have not eaten. I'm through.
What do you see? Fey!
Be quiet! The scent grows stronger. I am close.
Surrender, fiend! Or else my heel be at your throat!
I had a feeling that would not work.
So be it.
Quickly! Dulac, we must trap it while it is weakened.
Speak the damned words!
Where daimon bea ure richtend. Sharoe us tharse wika achudeth.
Hold fast! Fey, those words!
Be quiet, Dulac!
You lied! You said we were only to trap it!
Then in death it was redeemed.
For what?
It is said, if asked, the creature can reveal things.
That word I spake. Weaker.
You know more than you let on. I asked it to show us Merlin.
That is why you deceived me.
I knew you would not agree otherwise.
For good reason! We speak his name no more. You know this.
You think by not speaking his name I can forget? Look at me, Dulac. Every day, every second, I am reminded of the man who trapped me in this wretched form. The man who stripped me of my power. I will never forget.
So, you mean for us to follow visions? How many souls have we seen led to misery, or worse?
Right now, I would take worse.
You do not mean that.
No?
This is not the path chosen for us, Fey. We help those in need.
And what of my need? Will you not help me when I ask of it?
You know I would.
Then please, Dulac, I beg you, help me.
I saw no sign of Merlin.
They were clues. Clues we must solve. Then we will find him.
Where do we even start?
The image of the city and its river. There is only one like it. Think.
London.
The very same.
Then you mean these visions? They call to us.
Yes, brave Lancelot. And we shall answer.
Upon our travels, it has been said Britannia's fleet alone rules the waves. Here I see it true.
Whoso rules them rules the world.
If only Arthur were here to see his country grown to such heights.
Then you could dwell on the cost of such glory together.
We each must sacrifice for something greater than ourselves. He knew that better than anyone.
You speak like you knew the man.
I did. He was my king.
Yes, I know. I just meant that as his sister, I knew another side to him. Besides, we have not come here to discuss Arthur.
Do not remind me.
That's the spirit, Delac.
I just cannot help but think us fools. Surely you do not forget who we quest after.
A wizard of vast power who has mastery of rock and earth. That is to say nothing of the skills he has undoubtedly acquired over the past millennia. No, I have not forgotten.
Do not ever attempt to rouse an army before battle. They would all run.
I will not deny Merlin's talents. They have certainly aided him to remain hidden from us. But this time we have an advantage.
Yes, the visions.
Painstakingly reproduced by your good hand. They must hold some detail by which to refine our search. Show them to me.
A woman, clothed in red.
Without a face or a name, she is of no use.
A severed heart.
It could mean anything.
The image to bring us here.
No good. Keep looking.
A flower, atop a mound of earth.
Too vague.
A place of worship.
Yes. That might work. Ask anyone here if they know of such a building.
We need only look to the Bible and the prophecy of Revelation. Chapter 17, verse 1, Come hither. I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. Each of you look upon the ships arrived at port this very hour, and the thousands yet to come, their bellies pregnant with riches. The Bible doth speak of the bounty they carry, the merchandise of gold and silver, and precious stones, and of pearls and fine linen, and purple and silk and scarlet, and all thine wood, and all manner vessels of ivory, and all manner vessels of most precious wood, and of brass and iron and marble, and cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense, and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat and beasts and sheep, and horses and chariots and slaves and souls of men. But ye shall not drink freely of the whore's cup and go unpunished. For God hateth the whore, and shall maketh her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. Take heed, brethren, the end is nigh, and only those who accept the Lord Jesus Christ shall be saved.
Preacher, a word, if you will.
What is it that takes me from God's work?
I wish to locate this building.
I will not tell of the path to such an unholy place.
This is a house of God, is it not?
Those that dwell there think they know its God, but they give heed to seducing spirits and the doctrines of devils.
Sounds rather interesting when you put it like that.
Stay and listen. Your soul may yet be saved.
Another time, mayhap.
Please, if you'll just hear me out. I can do twice the work of any man.
I told you to pack out of here.
Have you no mercy? This is my last chance. I've tried everywhere else.
For the last time, I ain't hiring no lag. Not when I've plenty of decent men with families that need feeding. Now that's the end of it.
Fortune forsakes you.
I won't leave, sir. I've just as much right to work here as anyone else. You can tell Jack I said that.
Who is Jack?
Aren't you from the merchant company?
I am but a traveler, under no company's charge.
Oh. My apologies. Not many willing to even consider the likes of me for a job, let alone allow them to loiter. But I have no choice, even if it is hopeless. A man has to eat.
The man thought you untrustworthy.
I have not long returned from prison. But surely it is not right that my crimes should follow me for the rest of my days.
If you have served your sentence as you say, then a second chance you are owed.
Thank you for your understanding, sir. It is rare. If I can help you with anything, let me know.
Mayhap you recognize this church.
I'm afraid I have not been to church in quite some time. I think another here might better help you.
Well, good luck. May I ask your name?
Ferdinand. And yours?
Dulac, at your service.
Well, I'm very glad to make your acquaintance, Mr. Dulac. Good day.
I beg pardon, sir.
If you're hoping for work, put in your name and wait like the others.
Mine only hope is that you shall aid your fellow man.
Do I look like the aiding type?
Fouler beasts than you have surprised me.
Say what?
Please, have you knowledge of this place here drawn?
Christchurch. Any fool knows that.
Be it far?
Head out the gate and keep going. Now, walk your chalks. I've work to do.
Interest you in a buttonhole, sir?
Tell me more of this world you favor.
It's a world where men like you work side by side with folk like us. Where we do not accept the accumulation of wealth in the hands of a few. A world where the citizens are not ruled by managers or kings.
Does the crown not still hold sway in these isles? You owe much to the sacrifices of knight and throne.
Huh, a royalist. I should have known from the way you hold yourself, the way you walk. As if you think we should all kneel before our betters. As if subjugation were our natural state. When the revolution comes, men like you will learn the place of the people. Men like you will quake in fear as the proletariat takes back what is ours.
We have not time for politics, Dulac.
Hello. What a pretty one. Have you come to play? I don't think I can move too far, but I can try. I'll do my best.
Fancy an orange, sir?
Why ever not? How much?
Halfpenny, please.
A halfpenny for the young lady.
Hope you enjoy it, sir. If you come back later, I'll save a morsel for my dinner for your dog. You'd like that, wouldn't you? Sir, did you see that? I think she hears me.
We must be going, child. Thank you for the orange.
My pleasure, sir. I'm here all day if you get peckish.
Fresh from Otkins, the finest muffins and crumpets.
Oi, sir! Fancy seeing where old Polly met her end? It'll cost mine, but I knows how to get us there quick like.
There has been a death.
Course there has. Getting on a week and the paving's still red with her blood. I've seen it with me own eyes.
Shoo him away.
Hey, and don't worry about no crowds gawking neither. I knows how to clear 'em out. You'd have the spot all to yourself.
Dulac, this does not concern us. Go away, boy.
Here, dog's not like to bite, is it?
Be not afraid. She is well commanded. I must be off, child. My path leads elsewhere.
Where's that then, sir?
Christchurch.
Farthing sees you to the steps.
Outrageous!
To the steps.
Oh, thanking you kindly, sir. Right this way.
We were more than capable of walking there ourselves.
Here it is, Christchurch, as is promised.
We are most grateful.
Will that be all?
Humor a stranger if you would. What should a man now do with his day?
You look to the urchin for advice. Maybe the pair of you can go dipping pockets together.
I wouldn't know, sir.
Oh, why ever not?
Well, I'd be a mudlark, sir. I ain't got no plans today. I ain't got plans tomorrow either.
A mudlark?
Why, sir, you ain't never seen one before.
That much is apparent.
A mudlark ain't nothing special, sir. We're up to our oxes in the Thames, looking for bits of things to walk on.
Are your mothers not sick with worry?
They ain't got time for worry, sir. None of us got any time.
What say your nose? Does the wizard here reside?
I struggle to detect anything past the stench of rotting corpse. But no, he's not here.
Then why show it us in the mirror?
I do not know. This place has meaning, it must. I am ready to leave.
Is there something I may help you with, sir? I do not know your face, sir, so I shall assume you are not from around here. Do take your time admiring the church. I insist. If you've coin to spare, might I suggest putting it in the alms box? All donations, no matter how small, are greatly appreciated.
Surely you did not expect to find him so soon.
No. Yes. You must think me a damned fool. Do not rush to disagree.
I shall not. Night gathers. It would be wise to seek a room.
Somewhere close by. Tiredness has suddenly crept upon me.
As you wish.
Hey, sir. Seeing how me seen ring, sir? May I look for it myself, but me I'd have much luck. Spare a coin, good sir.
Oh, I'm ruined. I'm absolutely ruined.
What is the matter?
That's all of next week's dinners flying down the street. My music, all my sheets blown to the bleeding wind. I should have pinned them up, stupid cow.
I shall aid you in any way I can.
Thank you, sir, but now ain't the time.
Then you fret over nothing?
Yeah, that's right. It's nothing. Suppose I'll just get by with no money this week.
And what should I do, perchance I find any of these ballads?
Go home and eat coke for all I care. They're ruined.
Perhaps we should depart.
But I did nothing wrong.
Just fuck off.
What do you want?
We seek a room for the night. If you might give us direction.
Do I look like the local beat officer?
Apologies. I shall ask elsewhere.
Good. Some of us have fucking work to do. Foreman sees me talking to you. He'll have me hide.
I seek a room.
You're in luck, sir. Came vacant this very morning.
What price do you ask?
Crown a night.
Dulac, this place is a hovel. He should be paying us.
Yeah, well, you can forget it if your dog keeps growling like that. Can't be having no feral beasts under this roof.
Fey? Feral? Wag your tail. See? 'Tis but a sign of her good nature.
Yeah, well, I'll be keeping my eye on the growler all the same.
Then it is settled.
Room's atop them stairs.
Oh. It appears we require a coin.
Heads mattress, tails the floor.
Heads. Ha!
Ah, good. You're awake.
Oh, how long have I slept?
But a few hours. My mind would not allow it. The floor did little to help.
What are you drawing?
A map of whence we have so far travelled.
Oh, then you think we should stay?
We could do much good here.
Someone's changed their tune. Out with it. I can see you're dying to tell me something.
I have been thinking.
Never a good thing.
Of that woman's murder.
What woman?
The one the boy told us of. Polly, Mrs. Nichols.
Before you ask, no. We're not giving her relatives any money.
Your wit astounds. I found a newspaper which details her crime. Cast your eye over it. See here. It speaks of abdominal mutilation. A description of the villain they seek. Leather apron, they call him. Buck's Row, the site her body was found.
This is all wonderfully intriguing, Dulac, but why does this concern me?
Was one of the visions not a severed heart?
So this mentions nothing of the sort.
Nor is it denied either. Does our being here so close to the event have no import whatsoever?
Ah, you're not going to let this go, are you? What do you suggest?
This newspaper is but one account. Other people might know more. A doctor, mayhap.
Detailed examinations would have been undertaken. But how to find such a man?
The police.
They are not likely to divulge such information to us.
Then I shall persuade them.
I take it eating first is out of the question. It is not as though I am unaccustomed to starvation.
Hello again. Yeah, you there. I remember you. The pretty one. Let me sniff. Perhaps.
I trust the room is to your liking, sir?
Evening, sir. May I be of assistance?
It is urgent news I carry, of the woman's death.
Which woman, sir?
Mrs. Nichols.
If you wish to give a statement, I can send for a detective.
No. I am to deliver word to the surgeon who saw her in death.
Ah, Dr. Llewellyn.
Yes, Dr. Llewellyn.
Right shocking case, that one.
Truly.
To think, a poor woman lying there right now in the dark. Gives me the shivers.
Do not give thought to such things.
I can't help it, sir. Not while the unfortunate woman awaits burial in that there mortuary.
She has not been interred.
Now, I'm not one for idle gossip, but they tells me a nurse is arranged for collection tomorrow morning.
So soon?
Well, that's not information we're giving to the public, mind. We don't want crowds gathering and causing disruption.
This mortuary, I have forgotten its whereabouts.
Oh, it's Eagle Place, off Old Montague Street.
Yes, of course. Well, I bid you good evening.
But, sir, your urgent letter for the doctor.
It can wait.
Oh, thank heavens for idiots.
Well, we have no need of the doctor now.
I have no notion where this old Montague Street is to be found.
No, but I know a boy who will.
For a price?
Boy, I have use of you.
What's that then, sir?
I must find the place where they keep the dead. An old Montague Street?
Yeah, I knows it.
A farthing for your trouble.
A penny now, sir.
How so?
Precisely.
I ain't no fool, sir. If you had leave to go there, it'd be peelers you'd be asking, not me.
I could easily find another boy to show me the way, but coins are not so easy to find.
Farthing it is then, sir. Follow me. I was taught myself to pick 'em, sir.
It was skillfully done, Charlie. We need light.
I can smell oil. There must be a lamp in here somewhere.
Found an old lock in the river. I cleaned it up and oiled it. I'm practised. Now I can do it without looking.
Advisable. A moment longer and we would have seen the boys' dinner. What do you see?
She has been cut across the throat. There are wounds to the stomach, too. What do you smell?
She has been thoroughly cleaned. I detect very little.
There might be something here that can tell us more. He thinks her age to be 25.
The poor woman appears older.
But little blood was to be seen.
Strange, considering the savagery of the neck wound.
He saw marks to indicate there was a struggle.
The killer was swift.
the weapon has severed all the tissues down to the vertebrae.
My God. I'm surprised the head is still attached. Do the notes mention a weapon?
The doctor supposes a long-bladed knife. His theory is that the assailant is left-handed.
Well, I see nothing here connecting this to the heart.
You do not think the missing blood curious?
Not particularly. Maybe it was simply washed away by the rain. It's impossible to know for sure. This will not help us find...
Merlin, I know.
You look for something that isn't there, Dulac. And you know what else isn't there? Food. In my stomach.
Hey, Gov! We need to paddle! Someone's coming!
Ah, what excellent timing. Oh, Dulac.
Yes?
The lamp. If I'm not mistaken, they're serving oyster stew.
Wait.
If you dare tell me there is no money, I shall howl.
Within me, something stirs.
One of us is here. Oh, damn oysters. I cannot place it.
We must question these folk and find who it is.
Dulac, the woman, she wears a red shawl. This is surely another of the visions.
Keep going. You're doing fine. The mystery attending the horrible murders in Whitechapel shows no sign of lessening. Residents are led in their anger over the inefficiency, not doing a good job. Inefficiency of the detectives involved. Above all, the people wish to know why the police have not yet arrested Leather Apron.
She seems blind to our presence.
I wonder, can she hear you speak?
We shall see. Go and talk to her. But mention nothing of Merlin, not until we know more.
Then what would you have me say?
Anything. Just converse.
Forgive me, miss, but I would have a few minutes of this lady's company, if you would permit.
Here, Mary, I think he's looking for a play.
We'll continue again tomorrow. You be off now, Kitty.
I'm making out better, aren't I? Ever so grateful I am, truly. Sir?
Well, you know my name. How about yours?
Jenkins. Mr. Jenkins.
All right, Mr. Jenkins. It's 4p for a go, half now, half when we're finished. Buy me a drink and I'll talk dirty while we do it.
Your words. They dishonour me greatly.
Count yourself lucky, it's just my words. What do you want?
To speak to you.
And why should I give free that which others would gladly pay?
Because you are a lady.
Not been called one of those in a while. Think I've forgotten what one of them is.
Indeed you have.
Remind me, Mr. Jenkins. Remind this whore what a lady be.
I said converse, not antagonize.
The dog barks in agreement. I'm waiting, Mr. Jenkins.
I beg pardon. I did not mean to cause offence.
We're hurt feelings all we had to worry about round here. Someone else out there thinks he knows what a lady should or shouldn't be. Only that bastard does his thinking with a knife.
I take you mean this leather apron.
Aye.
It is a vile craven that hunts women.
Fine words, Mr. Jenkins. You sound just like the Rosas and everyone else round here who claims to care. But your words won't help Mrs. Nicholson, nor the others he's butchered. God rest their souls.
You asked for that.
There have been others.
If you're not going to pay for my bed, then I must find someone who will. Good evening, sir.
'Tis madness. You walk the streets knowing a murderous cutthroat is out there.
Ha! You speak as though I had a choice.
I doubt she'll forget me in a hurry.
I was but a dog in her eyes. So strange.
How is that so?
It is extremely rare, but some mortals have innate access to the arcane. The odd thing is that something is blocking hers.
Do you think she knows of Merlin?
It's too early to tell. I will follow her and learn more. This is exciting.
Extremely. Pray tell, what am I to do?
Why do Lac? Fetch dinner, of course.
Bless you, Joe.
Good morning, young lady. How may I help you?
Mary! Oh, Mary! Over here! Mary!
Oh, morning, girl. I was hoping to see your ugly mug today.
You must be able to read my mind. This ugly mug's got some work for you.
Oof. Let's hear it then.
Mr. Wick, you know, the curiosity chap needs an extra pair of hands. I suggested yours.
How kind.
Anything for a friend.
Ooh, you got some lovely flowers today, girl. You'll be fighting them off?
Don't matter how pretty they are. Ever since that awful business with Mrs. Nichols, folks been right turned off, they have. Can't say I blame them. Seems wrong somehow. Just carrying on.
Yeah. Well, we ain't much choice, have we?
Like everything else, then?
It'll blow over soon enough, Kitty. People don't take long to forget.
I hope you're right. Speaking of blowing over, is Joe?
Nah. Mr. Barnett don't forget a storm quickly. We still ain't speaking.
What's got him knocked this time?
Ugh. Money troubles. Ain't that just the way?
Shame. He seemed like a good man.
Yeah. Still sends me my keep in the post.
I need to find myself one like that. Who knows? Perhaps we're in for a stroke of luck.
Good morning, young lady. How may I help you?
I've come about the work, sir. Kitty sent me.
Ah, you must be Mary Jane. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. Ready to spread the good word about my fine establishment?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Splendid. Furnish thyself, child.
You want me handing out pamphlets, sir?
Why, you do not distribute mere pamphlets.
No?
My dear, you will be as Beatrice, leading them to paradise.
Who's she when she's at home?
Oh, never mind. Mary Jane, what I offer here is salvation. For too long have the people of Whitechapel languished in ignorance, which I am afraid to say is the cause of much of the wrongdoing we see upon these very streets. We have forgotten who we are, a nation built by heroes from whom we can trace our best habits and institutions. I shall remind them of this fact. We shall remind them.
And I'll be doing all that by just handing out pamphlets.
Now, I would not hope to suggest where one might best make a start. You are, no doubt, more familiar with Whitechapel's environs than I.
I know of a few places, sir.
Excellent. We shall settle payment upon your return.
They're for an exhibition. Don't chaff me. I need the money.
You know me too well. I may as well have one. Who knows? I might find myself an old song or two in those dusty books.
Not now, Mary. I'm busy.
I am sure, as most of you are aware, Mrs. Mary Ann Nichols was buried this past Thursday at Manor Park Cemetery, in what I am told was a modest and fitting ceremony with close family in attendance. There are no doubt some of you here who knew Mrs. Nichols, but as one of our neighbors, she was known to us all. In this spirit, we join together in prayer in the hope that we may find some measure of peace after such a tragic end. O merciful God, the Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, who is the resurrection and the life, we meekly beseech thee, O Father, to raise us from the death of sin unto the life of righteousness, that, when we shall depart this life, we may rest in him, and that, at the general resurrection in the last day, we may be found acceptable in thy sight, and receive that blessing which thy well-beloved Son shall then pronounce to all that love and fear thee, saying, Come, ye blessed children of my Father, receive the kingdom prepared for you from the beginning of the world. Grant this, we beseech thee, O merciful Father, through Jesus Christ, our mediator and Redeemer. Amen.
Rest in peace, girl.
My dear Mary,
Good morning, Vicar.
how good of you to come. I take it you knew Mrs. Nichols.
They say she were one of a kind. Give you the shirt off her back, she would.
It is a ghastly business. I cannot fathom what drives someone to commit such horrific acts.
Makes you wonder if he's up there after all.
Mary, you mustn't think that way. Evil exists so that we may choose goodness. Only by the grace of God may we choose correctly.
If you say so, sir.
Enough of that. How have you been? We've missed you.
Sorry, sir. I haven't been coming of late. I hope the Lord can see his way to forgiving me.
Of course he will. He wants you to be well, as do I.
I know, sir.
And how is Mr. Barnett?
Fine, sir. Last I heard.
Mary, if you are struggling, I know the Hope Town shelter would be happy to receive you. They have helped many women in their time of need.
Oh no. I'd only be taking bread from the mouths of those who need it more. Besides, I've got a job, sir. I'm a seamstress.
That is splendid news, Mary. Well done. I hope you apply yourself diligently.
Would you believe it? Today's my first day, sir. I can't be late.
Remember, Mary, our door is always open. Do let me know if I can do anything for you, Mary.
Another new face. Good morning, young lady, and a very warm welcome to you. I'm Mr. Green.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. Green. You all right, sir?
Do I look normal to you, miss?
As normal as anyone.
Don't mind me. It's been a busy morning. What seems to be the problem?
Dreams, sir.
Unpleasant ones?
They can be.
Oh, that isn't good. Don't suppose you happen to remember any?
Sam, they don't make a lot of sense. They have strange things in them.
What sort of strange things?
Things what fly and make the most terrible racket.
Birds, you mean?
Made of metal they are, with huge wings, bigger than a man with his arms stretched out.
Oh, that does sound peculiar. You know, there are some who say dreams have meaning.
How's that, sir?
in that they're a sort of premonition of what's to come.
Is that what you think?
I know it's a dicky old world, and there's lots about it we don't understand. But some of the biggest mysteries had a fork in it. Let's see if we can't make up a draft to help you sleep a bit better. Would you mind helping me gather the ingredients, miss?
Name's Mary Kelly, sir.
Well, let's get started then, Mary. First, we need some cocoa wine. Very good for calming nerves. Next, we need some laudanum. Excellent if you're feeling overworked. My, you are gifted. Oh, my, yes. That'll work a treat. Very well done. My, you are gifted. My, you are gifted. My. My, you are gifted. 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 No harm done. Ready to try again? My, you are gifted. My, you are gifted. My, you are gifted. Oh, my, yes. That'll work a treat. Very well done. Oh, my, yes. That'll work a treat. Very well done. Now, I mix these up with some water, several drams of syrup, and the pièce de résistance, a dash of bruised ginger. This should do the trick, Mary.
Oh, thank you, sir.
That'll be a shilling. Take 3 spoonfuls 1 hour before bed, and I promise a better night's sleep will be had.
Thank you, Mr. Green.
Good day to you, Mary. Come back any time, should you need anything.
I ain't done nothing.
What sort of a greeting is that?
Bullshit.
Charlie Bennett! Where'd you hear that kind of language?
You, Miss Mary.
Oh, just don't repeat it.
I'll try. Can't promise nothing, though.
How's your mum?
Oh, she still ain't got no work, Miss Mary.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
She says you should come by sometime. Ma ain't got much to do during the day. Says she'd like some company.
I'll try to, when I have the time.
Oh, you don't got to worry, Miss Mary. We's doing just fine for now. I've been thinking.
What is it, Charlie?
Do you think I'll ever be more than a mudlark, Miss Mary?
Where's this come from all of a sudden?
I just thought, being that I can read and write and all, perhaps...
You can be whatever you want to be, Master Bennett. You just need to work hard and find the right place. Now go and fry your face. I'm sick of the sight of you. They're for an exhibition, don't ask.
You know I can't go, but I'll hide it in my top drawer for you. Thanks for thinking of me, Mary.
Good morning, young lady. How may I help you? I see you have no more pamphlets. I trust all went well.
I shan't lie, sir, it was a struggle.
I can imagine. But if one weary soul walks through these doors seeking transcendence, then we shall have succeeded. Now, such valuable work must not go unrewarded.
Thank you, sir. I shall be glad to help again in the future if you have need of it.
I shall keep that in mind, Mary Jane. I see you admiring my latest purchase. I wonder, do you happen to recognize the language in which the text is written?
Looks bloody old, whatever it is.
Over 1,000 years, in fact. It is an ancient dialect of Welsh.
What's it about, if I might ask?
You are familiar with the tales of King Arthur?
A little. My gran used to tell me stories.
Many have told the tale down through the ages. Mallory, de Troyes, most recently Tennyson. This book contains one of the earliest and least known versions. Rather primitive, but that is to be expected. Would you like to hear it?
Please, sir.
Why, Mary Jane, can there not be more people like you in this world? The tale begins long ago, in a time of darkness and war, when prophecy foretold that from the chaos would rise a great king named Arthur and his mighty court at Camelot. From far and wide came the bravest of warriors, each pledging their swords to defend the kingdom's glory and ensure peace forevermore across its lands. And from among these warriors there stood one, braver and more glorious than all the rest, Sir Lancelot du Lac, heralded the greatest knight of his age. But while all admired the valiant star in their midst, there was a fiery passion that burned deep within another's heart. Alas, Queen Guinevere knew it to be wrong, and fought to keep her desire hidden, until one day she could not bear the agony any longer, and confessed all. To the Queen's surprise, Lancelot did not chide her words, but instead wept, for in his eternal goodness he had not felt a purer love in all his years, and swore to keep Guinevere's secret until his last breath. Tragedy was almost averted that day, were it not for another who watched from the shadows. It was the sorceress Morgana, Arthur's exiled kin. She too yearned deeply, but not for love. Her prize was the crown upon her brother's head and the title of queen his birth had long denied her. So, that very night, she went transformed to Arthur's chamber, whispering to him her wicked tale. Plagued thereafter was the king with dreadful visions, not of ghouls and ghosts and monstrous fiends, but of friends and lovers committing treachery most foul. Upon his waking, Arthur's torment did not end, for he knew in his heart a nightmarish truth had been revealed. The wretched couple was summoned before the king, who, in such pain, could not bear their presence any longer, and declared them outcast, never again to step foot within Camelot's walls. News of this great turmoil quickly spread throughout the realm, and the dark forces, long defeated, stirred once more. And so, Morgana's evil plan was almost done, as she woke dormant terrors to rain down fire on Arthur's fallen kingdom. Finally, the scheming sorceress was poised to take the crown and rule as Camelot's eternal queen. But a deathly shriek cut her triumph short, and with haste Morgana flew to whence the dreaded noise had come. On a bed of ash, she found her enchanted dragon slain, and so too Lancelot returned to save the kingdom, and by a noble death redeem his name. With her evil plan thwarted, Morgana raged, but her punishment was not yet over, for the wizard Merlin appeared in judgment of her crime. He passed sentence and bound Morgana to a wretched form, proclaiming the sorceress forever cursed to roam a world of her undoing. But in the act of binding such evil, magic had seeped into the very ground upon which they stood. Some say it was a miracle, others a curious fate. But brave Lancelot did draw breath once more. A second life the knight was granted, and so from Camelot's ashes he did rise and devote his sword and self to protect the weak from harm and keep evil forever at bay.
Oh, what a beautiful story, sir.
The illustrations are also exquisite, are they not?
The drawing puts me in mind of someone. A gentleman I met the other night. He even has the same dog.
Maybe Lancelot has come to Whitechapel to banish evil and lead us all to the light.
I should be off, sir.
Good day to you, Mary Jane.
Mr. Leach, is the sleuth hound on the scent?
Why, Mary, have you not heard? The devil has but visited these streets again and claimed another soul.
No.
Mary, you all right?
Just tired is all.
I knew we had not woken from this nightmare yet. I was not wrong.
Who was she?
Many are reporting the name Civvy.
Mrs. Chapman? Well, she was in the 10 Bells but last night. I left without even speaking to her.
Poor woman. Word has it she were horribly cut. The worst yet.
But it don't make sense. If this leather apron's who they say he is, what would he want with Annie? She never sold herself. Christ, the whole of Whitechapel knows that.
The police would have it different, Mary.
Would they now?
It is my theory this leather apron is but a clever piece of subterfuge by the detective force. They know who the real killer is and hide it from us.
Why would they do such a thing?
What if he's a man of great importance in the world? Man will go to great lengths to hide a scandal, you know. It would not be the first time the powers that be have colluded for such venal reasons.
If you have evidence, you must write it in the paper.
It is evidence that I'm lacking. I travel to Lemon Street this very instant in search of it.
Well, I'm travelling with you and all.
This endeavour isn't without its dangers, Mary.
I'm well acquainted to them, Mr. Leach. Let's go.
There will shortly be a commotion outside. When it occurs, encourage as many of the constables out onto the street as you can.
Where will you be?
By that stage, I hope to be alone in the inspector's room. I won't have long to conduct a search.
Oh, this is fairish bit more dangerous than I had in mind.
There is no turning back now, Mary. Sergeant, I am Mr. Henshaw. I wish to see Inspector Reed in his room at once.
Oh, I'm afraid the inspector is on leave, sir.
In that case, I must speak to the officer in charge of this station.
What is it about, sir?
Nothing good, I imagine.
Inspector Aberline. What a surprise.
And by the look on your face, Mr. Leach, not of the pleasant variety.
Leach? He said his name was Henshaw.
You really do develop some nasty habits. Working for that blackguard rag.
That rag is London's best-selling paper.
A lie is still a lie, no matter how popular.
Maybe we can continue this discussion in your room, sir.
Or how about one of the cells, Mr. Leach? If that man ever comes back, escort him out immediately.
A change to our plans. Your turn.
My turn to what?
To talk to the inspector.
Me?
The people deserve to know the truth. You do want the killer brought to justice, no?
Fine.
Dutch carriage.
What is it?
Cocaine.
Nah, you're all right. Inspector, may I speak to you privately, sir?
I'm very busy at present. Sergeant Gully here would be happy to assist you.
I could always go to the papers instead.
This way. First, let me take some details. Full name.
Barnett. Mary Barnett.
Place of residence.
Miller's Court.
Number.
2.
Occupation.
This. And that.
You said you had some information for me.
There was something awfully sad about Annie. If the stories about her were even half true, I don't know how she kept going.
My Christ! Please, stay here. I shan't be long.
So that's the bastard's name. What sort of monster does that to someone? Rubbish. Everyone knows Hanbury Street's where you go to bed down when you ain't got rent. Oh, sounds like they're as much in the dark as you, Inspector. What in the devil's name's this?
Apologies for keeping you waiting.
Sorry, Inspector. I must go.
Miss, if you have knowledge pertaining to last night's crime, you must tell me.
I was mistaken. I'm sorry to have wasted your time. Please, Inspector, let me go.
Here, Mary, I've a note for you. Can't stop. Need to keep on the move. I'm a wanted man.
I take it Aberline did not think you complicit in the ruse?
I'm here, aren't I?
I'm sorry, Mary. The inspector's presence was unforeseen.
Taken a right dislike to you, he has.
I speak directly to the ordinary hard-working person. That is what the inspector dislikes. So, tell me what you found.
Ugh, not much.
The distraction did not work?
Oh, it worked. I just didn't find no subterfuges you spoke of. Their money's on Leather Apron. John Piser's his name. Don't know about you, but slipper makers don't strike me as the important type.
You fall for their lies, Mary.
The inspector don't strike me as the crooked sort is all.
Apply pressure to any man and they will bend. Fred Eberline is no exception.
I just can't imagine him keeping such a dreadful secret.
Speaking of secrets, there's a man rife with them.
Seems harmless enough.
Word has it, he's been asking after work.
He seemed pretty flush that night I saw him in here.
Then that is surely a mystery. And one I must leave you to solve alone.
Oh, you're still in Whitechapel, Mr. Jenkins. Looking for work, I hear.
We all must earn our keep.
See, now either you got holes in them pockets or someone's had their hands in them.
Wakeful, aren't we?
Have to be round here.
So I am learning.
Oh, saw your dog earlier, walking alone.
Yes, we have lost one another. Given to chasing rats, she is. Once bolted, I cannot call her back. She will return here soon, no doubt.
You want to be careful she don't end up coming to harm.
Fey is more than capable.
Take it you've heard the news?
Another slain. I just so happened to pass where they found her. There was much talk among the crowds.
Seems lately that's all we do talk about round here.
Do not lose faith. The killer will be found. I'm sure of it.
Couple hundred coppers walk these streets and blood is still spilt. I'm beginning to think I'd have better luck.
That would not be wise.
Well, waiting for others ain't helped so far.
To catch a beast, one must know why it kills.
Or just his name. John Pizer. He's the one they're calling Leather Apron.
You know him?
Huh. I know his type. Had dealings with him enough times. As far as they're concerned, women ain't no better than dogs. If you're looking for a why, Mr. Jenkins, you won't find better than that. You think different?
Mrs. Millwood, assailed on the 25th day of February, restored to health and died 6 days later from natural causes. Mrs. Wilson, slain on the 28th day of March, twice stabbed in the throat. The assailant was heard demanding coin. Mrs. Smith, again assailed for coin, this time by several men. She died 2 days later. And lastly, Mrs. Tabram found dead on the 7th day of August, 39 stab wounds to her body. These are savage acts, but wholly separate.
You're forgetting Polly.
With purpose. Whosoever slew Mrs. Nichols had no hand in these earlier crimes. Her wounds stand apart from the others, and it were not for coin.
There's something you're not telling me.
Ha! The pot calls the kettle black.
The latest. Annie, Mrs. Chapman. The police say her cuts and the like are the same as Mrs. Nichols. They say something were taken from her.
Taken? What?
It were one of her woman parts.
I must go.
Where to?
I worry Fey has not returned. I shall find her.
I could help.
Good day.
Get you a drink, Mary? What's this? Madam Eves?
Mr. Jenkins was eyeing it. I saw this earlier at the police station.
Doesn't surprise me. Always crackpots offering their services when there's a big mystery to be solved. Load of old rubbish, if you ask me.
Miss Kelly to see you.
My time has a price. One I doubt you can afford.
Evening, Miss Eve. I've come for help. Mr. Jenkins recommended you.
I do not know any Jenkins.
Tall, fair hair, up himself. He's got a dog and all. I think he talks to her.
Sit. Tell me what you seek.
Thought that was your job.
You require evidence?
You do know I'm broke?
Yes, you have cause to be skeptical. The others were false.
Others?
The others who told you, they spoke to your husband.
Joe didn't like me doing it. Said I should let go.
Would you not feel jealous living with a man who yearned for a wife long past? I could make contact with him if you want. That isn't why you've come here, is it, Mary?
That's incredible.
You do seek a man, yes?
Pizer. John Pizer.
Hold that name in your mind. The tarots show us where we have been and where the path ahead may lead. Select one. The Hermit, reversed. It tells me you do not trust. You often lie.
Maybe I got a good reason.
Pick another. The Devil. This is the one you seek.
Yes, that's him.
This person is calculated, selfish, and cruel.
Is this working?
Concentrate. Pick again. Justice reversed. You are no stranger to the police.
Occupational hazard.
The High Priestess. There is a woman in your past. Someone you respected.
It can't be my mother. Oh, Madeline?
The Abbess.
Oh, I worked there years ago. How did you know?
Pick another. Oh, the star. This is a good sign. Go to the brothel. You will find what you seek.
I will?
Pick again. Ooh, the moon. Bad things will happen at night.
You mean he'll kill again?
You must be careful. Another card. The Hierophant. It represents the link between the human and divine. Do you go to church?
I try.
Try harder. Pick again. Another good sign. The world reversed. You have opportunity on your side.
Doesn't feel like it.
Embrace your destiny, Mary. Again. The Emperor. This tells me there is a man of power in your life. You are wary of him.
Mr. Jenkins?
He means well and wants to help you. Pick the final card.
Death.
It means finality. Your journey will come to an end.
Then I'll find him.
It is within your power. The reading is finished.
What do I do now then?
You have been told where you must go. The rest is up to you.
Time to pay an old friend a visit then. Good night, Miss Eve. And thank you.
Un fantôme.
Hello, Madeline.
Marie, ma belle, you look like shit.
And whose fault's that?
You have not forgiven me?
Oh, I wish you dead every waking minute.
Oh, that's the Marie I remember.
Does the cunt still work here? I don't see her.
Oh, she left not long after you, with the contents of my safe and my most profitable customer.
Ha! So I was right.
You expect me to act on a dream? You have not come back just to reminisce, no?
I'm looking for someone. Been told I'll find some answers here.
Be my guest. It will be good for my girls to see just how green that grass is on the other field.
I heard you and Madame talking. You used to work here, didn't you?
Until I was thrown out, yeah.
What's it like working the streets?
Pretty little thing like you wouldn't want to know.
I meant no offense. I'm worried about my friend is all.
Who's that then?
Abigail.
Name doesn't ring any bells.
She got sent away a few weeks ago. Madame dismissed her and I haven't heard from her since. I haven't seen her at all. And with what's going on out there.
Oh, I'm sure she's fine. If anything had happened to her, it'd have been in the papers.
But why hasn't she been back then? We told each other everything. We cared for each other.
Oh, I'm sure she hasn't forgotten about you. Give her time.
I need to button it. Madame will have my head if I'm not ready for the next customer. Thank you for talking to me, I mean. I'll see you around, maybe.
I've been washing every day, like you said.
Make sure the water's good and hot.
Fresh off the stove it is.
Keep it up now. I don't want the blame should them sores return. Looks like someone wants a word.
Oh, good God. Mary!
Charlotte!
Christ, it must be 4 years at least.
Look at you! Not the shy girl I last laid eyes on.
Only when they want me to be, right?
That's my girl. Oh, when did that start?
A while back. Madeline brings her in once a week. Punters always pay more for a healthy quim.
I imagine she ain't short of work. I hear there's another house just opened in Knightsbridge.
She's half dozen lodging houses too.
Built herself quite the little empire as Madeline.
Come on then. What you been up to?
Trying to make sure I don't end up in the ghetto with my throat slit.
Fuck. Don't say that, Red.
It's my own fault. I'd still be here if I hadn't given that bitch a blinker.
You were right, though. Tart ended up nicking off all of us.
Well, I hope she's happy.
You do?
Course I fucking don't. You, enough of that. I came because I need help.
Anything.
I'm looking for someone. Man named John Pizer. Been told here's where I might find answers.
What do you want him for?
This leather apron everyone's talking about. Police reckon that's him.
He came in here once or twice. Some of the girls didn't like him, said he scared them. I didn't want to be like that. I wanted Madeline to see I was strong.
And?
When we did it, he liked to pretend. You know, like he was someone else.
Who?
We were just pretending, Mary. Me too.
Charlotte who?
The killer.
What the fuck were you thinking?
It was just an act, a story. He didn't mean no harm.
Did he ever mention where he lived? Charlotte!
This ain't none of my business, Red. Ain't yours neither.
Shame they couldn't say that, eh? They were too old, too poor, too fucking tired. If you're happy to carry on pretending it ain't happening, then be my guest. But I can't. Not anymore.
He spoke of his mother's house. Said he liked to get away there sometimes. Mulberry Street. Number 22, I think. You're not going there, are you?
Oh, too fucking right I am.
It's not him, Mary. It can't be.
We'll soon find out. Pardon me. My friend tells me you treat the girls in here.
Forgive me. You don't seem like one of Madeline's.
Oh, I'm not. Not no more. I've got a terrible itch, see? Been like pissing pins and needles lately.
I make home calls. Where do you live?
Miller's Court, number 13.
I'll drop by and see what I can do.
Oh, many thanks. Good evening.
What are the men of the street like?
Let us return.
Delac, it will be as it was an hour ago, and the hour before that, and all the other hours stretching back to yesterday.
Damn crowds. Have they no respect? A woman has died.
To hell with the crowds. Our concern should be Mary. Are you absolutely sure you haven't seen her?
Of course I'm sure. I would remember, would I not?
I suppose. It is a shame. If only there was some way you could remonstrate with this curious mob. Some special words that would convince them to leave.
Out of the question. I will not resort to sorcery. If I did, would it work?
Aye, you are desperate. You could enchant 1, 2 at a push, certainly not dozens.
But you have the right of it. There must be something we can do to disband them.
What you need, Delac, is a diversion.
A diversion? Faye, that is masterful.
No! We are not going to repeat the rabid dog charade. I could taste soap for an entire week the last time.
On our arrival, when Charlie spoke of the recent murder, did he not promise us a spot should we have need of it?
Dulac, that was a ruse. The boy would say anything to entice you to favor him.
It is not us he need entice. Come, let us go and find him.